Hello everybody! Week 5 of our summer baking and cooking camp. I'm Chef Rob and my son Chris is here. So if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the chat. Love to hear from you. I hope you've made some of the things that we've made over these past 4 weeks. Week 5 tonight. Yes, Chris?
Jenny said, "Hi, Chef Rob. My teenage son enjoys your camp very much. He never misses a Monday and successfully tried many of your recipes."
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you so much. Oh, that's wonderful. Makes me feel really good.
And Emily said, Emily said hello.
Hi, Emily. How are you? So, everybody, let's start with the Roma Tomatoes, which is the Plum tomato. Okay? If you are making it with me, start your oven and put it on at 375 now. Okay? So, I'm going to get some beautiful Plum tomatoes. These are really, really beautiful. You could just take this little stem right here, right out, okay? Cut it right down the middle, just like that.
The Southhold Library said, "Hi, Chef Rob."
Hello, Dana and Penny. I'm sure it's one of you. I hope you guys are doing good. Love going to the Southhold Library. It's wonderful. This one not so ripe, so I'm going to give that one couple days to ripen. Okay, whenever you can, stop at those farm stands. I was out east today and I got some nice corn out there, and well, I should say I'll know later. It usually is, and I'm gonna have it for dinner later. So some local corn. How great.
North Trails Library said, "Good evening, Chef and Chris."
And hello, Kathy. How are you?
And the Southhold Library said, "It's Penny."
Penny, how are you? You guys rotate, don't you? You can't get too much of Rob, huh? You got to switch off, get a little break every once in a while. Okay, so for this recipe, you could do up to 12 plum tomatoes. I have done this in the libraries, and I've done this where people take the tomatoes home, and it's been really, really successful, and it was a lot of fun. Because we usually do hands-on, it's usually baking. But I turned this one into where everybody could take some tomatoes home and do it as a workshop. Everybody, you can see the plum tomato right here. I am just cutting the little seeds right out here, okay? I have a very sharp paring knife, okay? You can either leave this part right in here, or you could cut it out, okay? But what I would want you to do is take the tomatoes and just turn them upside down, because you want to let all of the excess liquid come out, because you're going to put a really nice, simple, but really tasty stuffing in here. Yes, Chris?
The Monmouth County Library said, "Hello, Chef Rob and Chris." Hello.
Hello, how are you? I know so many I talked to there, so hello.
Rena said, "I missed this class last year and I've been waiting a whole year for this."
Oh, come on, Rena. I did that at your library, didn't I?
And Emily said, "We made the balsamic rosemary chicken for dinner tonight. It was delicious."
Excellent. Did you make it with the tomato blue cheese relish? I hope so. So everybody, when you buy tomatoes, especially if you buy tomatoes from out of state, please make sure you wash them really, really thoroughly. Even the local, but especially the out of state ones. What they do is they put actually a wax on the outside of the tomatoes. You ever feel it's very a waxy skin? So you want to scrub that really well. And the reason they put like a wax coating on the outside is because they travel so far and they don't want them to turn moldy on you. So be really cautious with that. Again, we're just taking the tomatoes, turning them upside down. This way, any of that extra liquid just comes right out of it.
Emily said, "No, I can't have any dairy products."
Okay, got it. But for anybody out there that wants to actually see that class, I'm doing that this Thursday night. So check out my Facebook page, Simply Creative Chef Rob, if you want to see that one. We did that as our food festival a couple weeks ago. And everybody, next week we have week 6 of our summer baking camp, and we will be making a peaches and cream crumb cake. I promise you, you will love it. If you don't like peaches, just switch it over to any berry that you really like, okay? You could even take mango and make it in there too. Mango would bake really well in there. I made a mango bread one time. I think I just did it one time in one library. That was it. It was a Caribbean bread. I want to say it was at the Riverhead Free Library, if I remember right. Okay, got all these tomatoes just sitting. Just want to get those juices out of here. Now everybody, if I was to use like a beefsteak tomato or a tomato on the vine, what would happen is when I put these in the oven for 20 minutes to bake, if I left it in for 25 minutes, the tomato would probably just go like this, open up like this. But the plum tomatoes, if I left it in there for like 30 minutes, it's still going to pretty much hold its shape, okay? Chefs really love the plum tomatoes. We'll use these a lot of times in pastas because they hold up really well. Grape tomato is the baby plum tomato, okay? Always take the tomatoes, face them straight down. That way no moisture gets into them and they will last a lot longer. Never refrigerate the tomatoes because there's no taste to refrigerated tomatoes. If you ever take two of these, put one in the refrigerator, one out, and have a bite of each one, and you'll know which one you really enjoy. You'll be able to tell because one will be cold, but there's no taste in the other one.
Claire says hi.
Hi, Claire. How are you? So, everybody, we are going to take some olive oil. We're going to make a little mixture so we can marinate these, okay? So I'm just going to take a little extra virgin olive oil, about 4 tablespoons. And I'm just going to put them in a large bowl just so they get really nice and marinated. A couple cloves of the fresh garlic. I have 2 cloves written on my recipe, but these are really small cloves. So I am going to add about, see how some of them are? These are tiny. So I'm adding a few more than that. Depends if you like your garlic or not. Okay. Now, these tomatoes here, you could always do it with mozzarella cheese. You could do it with blue cheese. You could do it with feta cheese, goat cheese. You could switch this around. And if you're not a cheese person, just make the breadcrumb and herb filling. It'll be really, really good. You could take the stuffing and you can add a little bit of pesto into it. And pesto in this would be so good, I promise you. Okay, I'm just going to take this fresh garlic. Boy, this smells so good. And when it smells really good, you know you've got really good garlic. Okay. Okay, we're going to put some chopped parsley in here too. Okay. And we could save some for the end as well. So we could put fresh basil in here, fresh parsley. Really your call. Chop it up really well. Wash it really well. Go ahead, Chris.
Josie said, unable to hear you tonight. Any clues as to why? Or why not? I'm not exactly sure, so if anyone is having the same problem, obviously you can't hear me, but if you can hear, just write in the comments, and
yeah,
hopefully it's not like that for everyone.
Yeah, everybody send us some feedback so we know that the audio is going through, okay? And if Wi-Fi ever goes down, we shut it down and we come right back up, okay? So never just say, oh, the night's over. It's never over, okay? We can get it going again, all right? No storms on the way, right, Chris?
Nope,
Everything's cooked, so this way we don't miss it, right? Okay, I'm going to take some kosher salt.
Yep, people said they could hear you no problem, loud and clear, and they could hear fine.
Any suggestions, Chris?
Someone said, do you have sound turned off on Facebook? So that's possible.
Okay. 1/4 teaspoon kosher salt. Just put that right in here. The salt with the tomatoes really, really good. And about 1/4 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. So these are drained pretty well right now. So what I'm going to do is just take these tomatoes. I'm just going to put them right in the bowl right here. And you'll be able to see that my paper towel that I have right here, pretty wet. So I got a lot of the liquid out. You can see in there it's a lot drier right now.
Yep, they got it. They said thanks for the help.
Excellent.
Yeah, someone said they could hear us from New Jersey, so I think you're being loud enough.
You can hear us in New Jersey? Oh my God. Wow. Okay, so everybody, what I want to do with these tomatoes now is I want to take these and I want to get all that garlic, salt, parsley, olive oil all inside of the tomatoes and the outside and let them marinate for about 10 minutes, okay? So that's why I'm putting gloves on, so I don't have all that garlic and oil over my hands, okay? Not that there's anything wrong with it, but that way I can go on to something else while we are doing this. Okay, so if you could see, I'm taking all this mixture. Just make sure you rub it inside here really well. I promise you, you will make these again and again. I had one library, actually, I did this for the teens at a library, and they actually called it crustless pizza, because we did it with the mozzarella cheese, and it was a way to get the teens into the library, so they thought, pizza. Hopefully they enjoyed it. Okay, so you want to let these sit for about 10 minutes, okay? But this is going to have some flavor. You can bake this on aluminum foil or some parchment paper, okay? So to make the stuffing for it, which is so simple, I'm going to take some breadcrumbs. Yes, Chris?
Steve said, I came in late. Can I substitute peppers for the tomato?
Peppers for the tomatoes? Yeah, absolutely. That would work, because everything that goes in here would be really, really good. Okay? Absolutely. So for 12 tomatoes, what we would do is we would take 3/4 of a cup of the Italian breadcrumbs, okay? If anybody wants to use the panko would be fine, and you could even sprinkle a little panko on top of the tomatoes as well, okay? Give it a nice little crispy coating.
Claire just said, my dog tried and licked the keyboard.
Okay, so I am making two mixtures, because I am going to make some with the gorgonzola, and I'm going to make some with the mozzarella cheese, okay? Take just a little bit olive oil, just add it right in there to the breadcrumbs, okay? And if you are doing all of them, all 12 tomatoes one way, you would add 3/4 of a cup of whatever cheese you're going to use, okay? So in the one bowl, I am just going to take I'm using about a half cup, okay, of the gorgonzola. Gorgonzola, blue cheese, but Italian, very creamy, okay? And then for the other one, I'm just going to take some mozzarella cheese, and I'm just going to grate that. Try to buy the whole block of the mozzarella, because if you buy the shredded one, there's no taste to it really, okay? So, and whenever you can, and you're grating cheese, put it in the freezer for about 20-25 minutes, and what will happen is it will grate so much easier, okay? Okay, that looks good. Just gonna take this right here and put it right into the breadcrumb mixture. And now we're just going to really mash this filling together. Okay, I have my oven on to 375. They're going to take about 20 minutes. If you like them really golden brown, just put them under the broiler at the very last minute or two. Okay, and it'll get them really nice and crisp. I have patrons that have made these, and they say, I ate them the next day cold. It's like having cold pizza the next day. So I hope you will like these. And again, anybody out there, what have you made that we have made during camp or our food festivals? I would love to hear. And if you go to my Facebook page, tomorrow we will be making homemade dog treats. And then we will also be making lemon glazed blueberry muffin cookies.
2 separate classes, right?
2 separate classes, yes. Just check out my Facebook page and you'll see where I am.
Gail asked, can you add Parmesan cheese to the mozzarella?
Parmesan, absolutely. Yes, that would be fine. Freshly grated, of course. You gotta freshly grate it. Okay, so I am gonna change my gloves just because if anybody doesn't like blue cheese, I don't get yelled at. Chris just raised his hand to me. He said, yep, no blue cheese. Okay, now I'm just taking the mozzarella cheese, the breadcrumbs, a little olive oil in here. And then we're going to put them on a prepared pan.
Elisa asks, what is the reason for why you say there's no taste to the cheese if you buy it already shredded/grated?
It's not like a reason that I'm saying it. It's just like anything that is already shredded, like the Monterey Jack cheddar cheese mix, the mozzarella cheese, any of that pre-grated stuff that's done for your convenience, but you really sacrifice taste, okay? So if you went to get a little block of Monterey Jack cheese and some extra sharp cheddar cheese and you grated it yourself, and let's say you were making a quesadilla, something like that, and then you put the shredded cheese next to it, and you tasted both of them, you'll never use the grated one again, okay? Okay, so this is really good. This is done.
Gail said, I made the corn, tomato, mozzarella salad. Everyone loved it.
That is excellent. Thank you. Okay, so let's stuff these tomatoes, and we're going to get them into the oven, okay? I'm probably doing them a few minutes ahead of time, but that way we can keep on moving along.
Susan said, made strawberry gelato, Greek ravioli salad, tomato and corn salad, panko summer squash, and lemon curd stuffed strawberries for our barbecue yesterday.
Life is good at your house, isn't it? Wow. I'm so glad you make all the things that I make. Thank you so much. So everybody, take a little, what I would do actually, I would take all the tomatoes, spread them out just like this. Okay, and then see all this good stuff here? Just go around, drop a little bit of the garlic and oil and salt and pepper mixture that you have left in the bottom of the bowl, because that is all good stuff.
Susan said, my mom enjoys your recipes. Made them for her birthday.
How nice. That's great. Thank you. And don't even change that glove. Just take some of this mixture. And what I like to do, and when I do this in classes, I put a little bit in each one because you don't want to run out of it. So I know I have more than enough right here because I can even stuff more later if I want to. Okay. Now, you could take this mixture and really pack it in here. So I'm going to hold one up just like this. Okay. And you could just kind of pack it right into it. Okay. Or you could just, if you just want a little coating, you do it just like this. Just kind of layer it on top and that's good enough. So I am going to do these 6 with the mozzarella cheese and then 6 with the gorgonzola cheese.
Claire said, my mom loves to cook, and Elisa said, where do I go get tonight's recipes? You could find them either at on your library's Facebook page or their website, or you can contact them, or you could also just get it on our Facebook page.
Yep, and they are up there. We always have them up at least by the night before, okay? Okay, so I could probably make another one out of that one. I am going to go into the blue cheese one now. Gorgonzola, I should say. And then I'm going to stuff these 6, put them into the oven, and then we will go on to our banana cream pie milkshake. Okay? I usually do that first. We have something to drink along the way, right? But I want to get these into the oven to show everybody what they look like. Okay? So take some of this mixture right here. Just kind of pack this in there. If you like blue cheese, gorgonzola, you can do 1 cup of blue cheese, and you could even make it a ½ cup of the breadcrumbs. So if you like that real stronger cheese flavor, or if you just like a hint of it, reverse it and put 1 cup of breadcrumbs and a ½ cup of blue cheese. See, with cooking, you can change this around really, really well. I remember I did this in many libraries before, and I remember bringing 400 tomatoes into one library one day. 400 of these tomatoes. What's really good though is when you go into the library and you bring 400 tomatoes and you come out with only about 5. I love that. But then I usually have to go buy another 400 the next day. Yes, Chris?
Nancy said you make it look so easy. And Kathy asks, what other cheeses do you recommend?
Goat cheese, feta cheese, even a sharp provolone, mild provolone, just grated, that would be good. And even if you took a little pesto and mixed it in there, it would be good. So everybody, this is what it should look like. Okay. Gonna move this mixture out of the way right here. What I do recommend is when you put this right before it goes into the oven, I like to use the squeeze bottle because you can really control how much olive oil you're putting on here. Olive oil, very, very expensive. Just drizzle just a little bit extra virgin olive oil on top. It's going to give those breadcrumbs just a nice golden look to them and nice rich taste. And these go really good with like a chicken dish, pork, seafood, anything like that. Okay?
Claire said this looks so. Sorry, this looks so good.
Wait till they come out of the oven. You'll say they look better then.
Emily said I can have pesto and locatelli Romano cheese. Can I mix that with the breadcrumbs?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That would work fine.
Emily said thank you.
You are welcome, Emily. Okay, let's make this milkshake. Gotta keep that stuff cold. I'm gonna move this over here. Move these tomatoes out of the way. I'm using light. I know. I'm cheating. I'm trying to be good, okay? As good as I can be. I'm just gonna put this right on here. Everything goes right into the blender. Okay. Okay. 3 scoops vanilla ice cream. Yes, Chris?
Vivian asked, where is your favorite farm stand out east?
I can't answer that. You know why? Because one I feel like has the best corn. One I feel like has the best tomatoes. One garlic. You know, every place has its own specialty thing, but that's what makes it a really fun day going out east.
Just name your favorite 20.
My favorite 20.
Yeah.
You know what? No. There's just so many. Everybody's idea of what the best corn is. Some people like the white corn. Some people like the white and yellow corn. So there's so many out there, and there's so many unique ones. Make a day of it. Just don't go on Saturday or Sunday, okay? I know you're probably working then. All right, 3 scoops vanilla ice cream. This will make one nice sized drink. Yes, Chris?
Valerie asks, what towns out east?
What towns? Start in Riverhead and work your way out to Orient Point, okay? And then, I don't get out towards the Montauk way much, and the reason is there's too much traffic. There's too much traffic everywhere now, right?
Clara X, is the milkshake vanilla?
Yes, it is. It is vanilla. It's a banana cream pie milkshake, okay? So, I have my 3 scoops of vanilla ice cream in here. I'm just going to put a splash of milk in here. You can use the reduced fat of the whole milk, okay? Yes, Chris?
Kelly said, for us, said lactose intolerant people, do you think coconut ice cream and almond milk work? What other lactose-free alternative would you recommend?
I don't use any of those products, so I can't say, oh, that's the best brand or something like that.
I think you could.
You think I could?
Why? Yeah. Well, because I've tried stuff like that and lactose-free ice cream. And
I'm going to let you answer then, Chris. Which ones do you find the best? Because I use them with the regular ingredients, so I don't want to say this one will work with that, you know. You have your favorites. If you're lactose intolerant, you know which ones would probably be a really good substitute.
You could probably use like frozen yogurt with this, right?
Frozen yogurt's fine. Yeah.
And then use like almond milk or something like that, or coconut milk.
Yep.
Let's see.
I am just throwing a banana in here, and then Chris will catch right up with it. And I want to take a half pack of the vanilla pudding mix, okay? Vanilla or banana would be fine, okay?
Claire said, okay, thank you. Valerie said, North Fork, east of Riverhead, thank you. And Sid said, hey, Sid from Chicago. If I ate all your recipes, I'd weigh 500 pounds. I'd be happy, though.
Thank you, Sid. And glad you're back again. Okay, so a half of a packet of the vanilla pudding mix.
Yeah, people are saying lactate products are good, like the milk and the ice cream.
Right. 1 graham cracker, okay? You could put a little bit of this in there, but then save one for the end. Just kind of break this up here, okay? You want to make sure there's enough liquid in here. If it's kind of just spinning, just hit it just a little bit more with a little liquid. This is a little loud, Chris. Okay, so just take this drink. Like I said, it's good enough for one. So, Chris, is this mine or yours?
Yours. I'm lactose intolerant.
See, I know how to make it, right?
I just take the lactate pills and I'm good. But
so this is a nice and thick drink. Okay, you could top this with some whipped cream, and then just take a graham cracker.
Valerie and Josie X, can I use instant pudding mix or regular pudding?
Instant is totally fine. Totally fine. Okay. So everybody, here is your banana cream pie. I am just going to put the ice cream and the milk in the refrigerator, and then we're going to make some strawberry gelato.
Steve X, could I add vanilla extract to this milkshake?
Absolutely, yes. You know, when the pudding mix gives it a really good flavor, that when I was doing this recipe a long time ago, I said, probably a little vanilla extract. I tasted it before I even put vanilla in it. I said, didn't need it. But everybody's preference a little different. Yes, Chris?
Gail said, I love your low-calorie beverages.
Yeah. I did use light ice cream, Gail. I did. So, everybody, I'm going to tell everybody a little story. We have new people all the time on here. So, during COVID, when we started reaching out to all the libraries on Long Island, and then we started reaching out to out-of-state libraries, and we do many across the country now, Chris has been unbelievable with me and for me, and I thank him all the time. I think it's going to his head because his fee for me keeps just going up like crazy. You can't afford him anymore.
Gail said that's so you could save the calories for the whipped cream topping.
There you go. Absolutely. So then we started working with some chefs out of the country. We haven't been doing that lately because we are so busy doing this, the summer camp, the food festivals virtually. Doing a few in-person ones already. Hopefully we can continue with that. Hope everybody's staying safe and practice good, stay well, okay? Then we did a few classes in Rome and Venice, and then we did in Santorini, Greece, and Turkey and Hungary. And it wasn't this summer, it was the summer before, it was July 5th. The only reason I remember was because it was after the 4th. It's the only reason I remember the date of it. So we did a gelato workshop with a chef in Rome, and they taught us this recipe, the strawberry gelato, and we're supposed to go there next year, and we were supposed to go last year, but that didn't turn out. So hopefully we can meet some of these people there too, so I have some of their contacts and all that. That would be absolutely wonderful. So they taught us this gelato recipe. It's really, really good. I also, in the fall, check out for one, I'm doing a pumpkin pie gelato, okay? So you'll really, really enjoy that one.
Claire said strawberries are my favorite. Steve said go for it, Chris. And Emily said goodnight, Chef Rob and Chris.
Good night, Emily. Take care. Okay, everybody. So let's take the Cuisinart first. Okay. Just take this off the top. I have 1 pound of fresh strawberries. Took out the little stems and all that. Okay, just get them out of here. They're still pretty sweet, pretty good strawberries. You can do this with blueberries. You can do it with raspberries. Whatever kind of fruit that's kind of like that, it would work, okay? 1 pound of the berries. Make sure that they are washed really, really well.
Christine said organize a foodie trip for all of us.
Wouldn't that be good? Okay, and then we want 2 tablespoons of lemon juice in the food processor. And I don't even have to check the tomatoes. I just know the timing on them. I can't tell you how many of those classes I have done. So, yeah. Chris, you're going to let me know when 20 minutes is up?
Sure.
Do you remember when it went in?
Nope.
No, me neither, but I know about when. Gail knows. Gail's going to tell me. Okay, so take a lemon, 1 lemon, and that is usually about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Okay, just squeeze it either with a juicer or right through your fingers.
That's a good lemon juicer.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, get all that juice out, put it right onto the berries. Get rid of the 1/2. Squeeze the other one in here. And then we're going to put in 1 cup of sugar. I know it's a lot of sugar. It will make this really, really good, okay? You really do need this. There is a lot of sugar in gelato. We actually have a chocolate ice cream and a cookies and cream ice cream class coming up. It's in a couple weeks, but check my Facebook page for the exact date of it, okay? So everybody, I'm going to put in the 1 cup of sugar.
Abby said looks so good.
Thank you. Thanks so much. So what we're going to do is put this, the lid right on top. We're just going to pulse this until it's really nice and smooth. And then I'm going to add in 3/4 of a cup of water. You just want to get the chunks out, because if you put the water in with it right now, you're not going to get all those chunks out, okay? I could just smell those berries right through the food processor, Chris. I don't know if you can, but it's kind of angled like towards me.
I can smell it,
You
yeah.
can, okay. And now put in 3/4 a cup of water. It's so good when you just happen to have 3/4 of a cup laying right next to you. It's almost like it's planned. And now just mix this together until it's smooth. Okay, we're just going to leave this right on the side. So in here, 1 pound of berries, 1 cup of sugar, 3/4 of a cup of water, and about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. So now we are going to take some heavy cream.
Rena X, can I use a blender or KitchenAid if I don't have a food processor?
As long as you get the berries pureed, okay? For gelato, that's what you want. But you know what? Whenever it comes out and you freeze it, it's going to come out fine, all right? It really will. Just might be chunkier. So we want a 1/2 cup of heavy cream. And make sure you keep the heavy cream really cold right before you're about to whip it, because then it will just whip a lot quicker.
Steve said, I can't have all that sugar. What would happen if I left out the sugar?
It would almost be like a slushy. Okay, that's what it would be. I know, we all don't want that sugar. We don't, but you know, it's sometimes you treat yourself, sometimes you just can't because you're not allowed to have it. So everybody has a different situation. So yeah, it would come out different. It would come out more, like I said, like the slushy. We're going to take either a wire whisk or the electric one, and we're just going to beat this just until it's thick like a buttermilk, okay? So not too much, okay? But it's since this is very cold, it's gonna beat pretty quickly.
Fran asks, what about equal substitute?
You would have to actually Google something like that for the exact balance of it. It's going to be way different, okay? I would almost say start with a recipe that starts with the equal and the berries in it, and then just kind of make it to your taste. It will be totally different texture, everything.
Claire said those slushies are good.
Yeah. So this is just about done. We're not trying to make whipped cream. We're just trying to make it like the consistency of buttermilk, okay? Just give it just a touch more. Now later this week, we are making a swirled blueberry crumb cake ice cream that you don't need an ice cream machine for. So if you want to watch that one, check out my Facebook page. Okay, so if you can see, it's the consistency and thickness of buttermilk.
Rena asks, what happens if you use light cream?
If you use light cream, the consistency is a little bit different, but that's your closest thing to make this to come out right, okay? Whoop, I wanted to save that. Okay, so this is, I want to make sure that's all hooked up. I have to go get a freezer bowl now. Because you have to keep it frozen, the bowl, until you're ready to use it. So I am gonna get that. I will peek at the tomatoes, Chris.
Rena said, don't worry, we'll use heavy cream.
Thank you, Rena. Okay, so this bowl here, the wall of it has water on inside here. And you have to make sure that you freeze it for about 8 hours, okay? You should not be able to hear any liquid in here. So this morning at 8 o'clock, I put it into the freezer, made sure it was solid, okay? Solid as in very, very cold. I want to make sure that is on here really, really good. I am going to take this strawberry mixture and mix it with the cream. Pour it. So just kind of take the mixture and just kind of fold it in together. And then we're just going to put this right into the ice cream bowl. This ice cream bowl, it's a Cuisinart. You can find them for about $69 to $79. If you think you're going to be making things like this, it is so worth it. Okay, but sometimes we buy these things, we use them once, they sit in the closet, and then we have a giant yard sale, and then we just get rid of it, right? And we really don't use it. So this flavor right now would be really, really good. So I am just going to pour this mixture right in here. Get every drop out. And now we're just going to put this in. And now put this lid right on. Make sure it is on nice and tight. You don't want this to spin off. I'm going to turn this, Chris, so everybody can kind of see. It's just an on and off button.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Rena asks, what do we use if we don't have that ice cream bowl for the freezer?
Okay, so if you don't get an ice cream bowl, what it will come out is almost kind of like a sherbet. Okay, you'll have little bits and pieces. It will not be churned. Okay, as well, but the taste will be there. Okay, so I am just turning this on. I pulled the plug out.
Kelly asks, would it work if I don't have an ice cream maker and use my younger siblings to shake the heck out of it in a bag of ice and rock salt? No. I remember doing that as a science experiment in high school.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it took like 30 minutes to just get a very soft ice cream, but...
They do sell another type of ice cream maker that is cheaper than this one here. And it actually, you put ice around the wall of it, okay? And they do work well too. I just like that you could just stick the bowl in the freezer and it's all good. It's done like that. Now, everybody, you have to let this, how long do you let this churn? Each ice cream machine is different. This one here, it will take about 20 minutes, okay, for it to churn really good. When you are done, scoop it out of the bowl. Some of it's going to be a little frozen to the bowl because both ingredients are very cold. Put it into a container that's something like this, that where no air gets through, okay, and it's sealed really good. And then put it towards the back of the freezer. You do want to let this in the freezer for about 8 hours. It's going to be really solid. So before you really enjoy it, take it out about 10, 15, 20 minutes ahead of time so you could scoop it. Otherwise, it's going to be really solid.
Christine asks, if you were making ice cream instead of gelato, how would it differ?
You know, it depends on the ice cream that you are making. And again, if you want to watch my swirled blueberry crumb cake ice cream this week, I think it's Thursday, if I remember right, at 3:30. Check out my Facebook, you'll see it. Sometimes you use milk. Sometimes you'll have vanilla extract in there. They change. It changes with, if it's chocolate ice cream, you have cocoa and chocolate chips in there. So it really does vary on it. So Chris, yeah, go right ahead.
Abby asked, Rob, is your favorite color red?
No, it's blue.
You're wearing red. Everything you have here is red. The tomatoes, the strawberries. I think that's why.
You know what Chris is wearing? Blue.
Yeah, that's my favorite color.
No, I would say blue is. Red right there, though. All right, so next week, I'm going to have to switch up the colors on Abby. Okay, what are we going to have to... Well, I'm doing peaches, so those are going to be yellow. And what am I making with it? I'm making a key lime pie drink. And then I haven't decided of the bonus thing that we're going to do. So, does somebody... Let's get some votes out there. Do you want savory or sweet? Okay? And whatever the most comments is, I will create something for that. Okay?
Abby said blue is my brother's favorite color. Sid said I'm a fellow blue person. And Valerie asks, when do we get to see Chris? Well, how many weeks of camp is there? 3 more weeks?
Yeah, this is...
Okay, so if you want to see me, you have to go to all 3 of them because you won't say which one I'll be in.
That's a bribe.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
He really knows how to get the numbers up, for the libraries and for us.
So you'll never know. Yeah, a bunch of people are saying, hold on. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's just too many sweet to count. It's sweet.
It's sweet?
Yep.
Wow. Wow. I'm surprised. I had a feeling it was going to be savory.
Valerie,
but keep them coming in, okay? Keep them coming in all night. And then we will make sure that we do whatever one that you have. I can see somebody staying up all night hitting savory, right?
Valerie said, you're killing me. Bridget said, why say or? Sweet and savory.
Yeah.
Then Rena said, Chris is in some of Chef Rob's photos on his Facebook page. Shh, don't give it away. Then Gail said, I bet there's a picture of Chris on the Chef Rob's Facebook page. Yeah, but I don't talk in those pictures. I talk on here, so you'll have to go to all 3 and we'll see which one I'm in.
How about that, everybody? Week 8 is the revealing of Chris.
No, because then they'll only go to week 8. You got to go to all of them, and then I'll make a surprise appearance.
The end of camp is week 8.
True.
So the last day of camp, Chris is revealed. Okay, and I know some of you have seen Chris. He's only a couple times. He's very private, very, he doesn't sign autographs. He doesn't, no. He's very particular.
Susan said I'm spoiled. I've had the privilege of meeting Chris. Yes, at the library.
So, Chris, do you want to zoom in on inside of this gelato here? And then I am going to get the stuffed tomatoes, because I think it's at 21 minutes now. Everybody, this is the tomatoes. Now just know, you can see that these have a nice golden crust to it. Again, if you want panko on top, that would work as well. Okay. Let these cool just a little bit, because if you cut into the tomato and you go to bite that tomato, the tomato just has so much liquid in it that you would burn your mouth, and I don't want that to happen. Let them cool for a little bit. Serve these with seafood, serve them with pork, chicken, anything, a steak, anything like that. If you can afford a steak, you know, So, yeah, everybody, I hope you make these. I hope you make the gelato. Hope you go to my Facebook page. Yes, Chris?
Gail said, Chris is very handsome and very personable. Thank you. Then Catherine said, tomatoes look delicious.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And did you get the banana cream pie again?
Yes.
If anybody has any questions or comments, please now. And if not, we will see you next week for camp. One other thing, August 23rd is the end of our summer food festival, and we have 3 different dishes that we are doing. And for anybody that hit the button for savory, got some savory for you. So we're doing a West Coast shrimp salad with avocado and fresh corn and shrimp. And then we're doing a grilled flatbread, and it's going to have prosciutto, goat cheese, fresh peaches, and a balsamic drizzle on it. And then also little baby key lime pies. Not the key lime drink that we're making next week. Little baby key lime pies.
We got a bunch of comments. Let's see. Abby said, my favorite color is pink and my mom's favorite color is red. Susan said, glad someone suggested using peppers. I've been looking for stuffed pepper recipe with breadcrumbs. Emily said, thank you. Rena asked, when is the DoorDash delivery? North Trail said, everything looks great. Yummy, yummy. Gail said, another wonderful presentation with great food. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Michelle said, our shake is gone. Elisa said, everything looks incredible as always. Maria said, thank you. Everything looks delicious. Gail said, everything looks delicious. Abby said, I'm coming every week. And Susan said, thank you, Chef Rob and Chris.
You're welcome, everybody. Everybody, thank you for joining us each week. And please keep on coming. And we love doing these virtual ones. And we certainly hope to see you in the library. Everybody have a great week and stay well. Bye-bye.